Okay, so we're about halfway through the series here. Yeah, this is episode 65, and not counting a couple of filler episodes, we're going up to episode 135. Apparently, everything after that's filler. So that's where we're stopping. As far as like it pertains to the manga. That one filler episode I've seen was horrible, but I'll probably dip my toe into what happens after, I guess, the manga runs out and just see if there's any quality there. Like, I doubt maybe I'll just watch it on my own time. Like, it doesn't sound like there's going to be anybody who's interested in watching reactions to it. Because, me, like, I don't think you have to be slavishly devoted to the manga to have a good story. Uh, One Piece has definitely had great filler episodes. I'm sure these showrunners are confident they're professional writers. They get paid. They draw a paycheck. They're not bumping into walls and have to wear safety helmets. So I'll probably dip my toe in and see if it's worth anything. Maybe there'll be some feedback to the fact that maybe somebody likes it. There's a couple of good filler episodes. I don't know. We'll see. But here's the plan as follows. I just finished writing out the schedule for the rest of the year. And there's only going to be one marathon. And the marathon is going to be the weekend of Halloween. The 28th through the 31st. So what's going to happen that Friday, October 27th, will be episode 85, right? By the time we get to Monday, we'll be at episode 98. So we're going to go through all the way 86 through 97 will be the marathon. And the reason I wanted to do that, I wanted to do one marathon, just throw a bone, and Halloween's my favorite holiday of the year. And this will keep this show in this year. Because now what's going to happen, skipping filler episodes. What's going to happen is December 15th will be the last episode 135. So that way we keep it in the year, right? Like, there's just something I like about that. I like the aesthetic of keeping the entire show within the year. So rather than just having a week or two, we limp a week or two into January and then the show's over. As far as the sequel series, I don't have any plans to do that right now because I don't have access to Hulu, and that's the only place that has a dub, right? And feelings seem pretty strong out there that there's no interest in me reacting to the sub, and so I can't do the dub, and there's no interest in me doing the sub, so I can't do the show, right? But things can change. Things can change at any time, right? Like there could be a source out there. I don't know. There's plenty of time. I'm recording this on August 25th. We have until January because I wouldn't start a new show until January anyway, right? So we have until January. We've got 4 months for me to figure out what I'm going to do for that. But if we have to wait a few months and then until I find a solution after that, like a lot can change in 4 months, right? So who knows? One way you can help in that effort is sign up for Patreon. Let me see, when is this episode even coming out? This is coming out on September 29th. So there'll still be time for you signing up to Patreon to help me, get Hulu, right? It's not as simple as just $15 a month. Like it's a lot more complicated than that. Too much to go into. But you can sign up for Patreon, and we're now. I turned on the thing where it's like yearly subscription. So if you don't want to like have to use your credit card every single month, and if you're only doing the $3 a month tier, this isn't that bad. Plus, if you sign up for the yearly, you get 10% off. $3 a month would be $36, and 10% means you'd be paying about $32. So for just $32, you could throw it into the pool, and you can help me out in that. So. But I know a lot of people find it a pain in the ass to have to like get their credit cards charged every month and stuff. So, but anyway, so that's why I turned it on. I wasn't like a year is a long commitment. I'm not gonna quit. I'm not gonna pull a Neil Talks and quit. And like I feel great. I'm not even close to being burned out. For me, it's just a matter of logistics. So, time management, and I seem to get better at that all the time. So yeah, not even close to burning out. If I was to guess what happened to Neil Talks, I think he was doing so many shows, like so many shows. He had like one or two shows every single day of the week, and was doing movies on top of that. I don't know how he was turning that around if he was doing it all his own editing. It's wild to me, man. And but I think that's what happens. Like if you have that heavy of a workload, you're gonna burn out. You have to have work-life balance here. So. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into this. There's going to be a character wheel at the end of this episode, so stick around for that. I have a feeling, unless things radically change in this episode, I have a feeling the character wheel is only going to be Naruto again. But hey, he's the only one getting screen time, man. He's the only one doing anything. So what am I supposed to do here, right? All right, this episode 65. We're going on one. 3, 2, 1. Well, this is awkward. She looks pissed. I wish you would finish your sentence. Slacker ass. Slacker ass. Yeah, no shit. No, it's too much work. Snack Boy is like the weirdest character we have, and that's saying a lot in this show. We have a dude who carries a fucking dog in his shirt, you know? Yeah. Yep. Exactly. That was it. Checkmate. He has no heart, man. You gotta have it in here. Le passion, you know? He doesn't have the fire in the belly. He played her. Got her ass. This is very interesting what the other things. That's why I'm not talking much. I'm taking it all in. The point of all this is they're contrasting him with Naradu. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's like that's why they're spending so much time on this. They're contrasting him with that dumbass. Really. Dumbass. Me too. Yeah. Speaking of hotheads, that's what they're doing here. They're contrasting. They're contrasting the two of them. I get it. Yes. That's your answer. Why are you still staying here? Do you want attention? Go into the locker room. Get off the field. You're disqualified. You did forget. Sasuke. Yeah. Shut up. Trying to spoil the episode for me. Spoiler and ass titles. If he's around. If he's around. Well, you better read the trade papers, man, because he's not a mystery. He's been out there. Weren't you here earlier? It's only been a couple hours. We had we only have one actual match in between Naruto and this in now, right? Hey, I like your yes, yes, yes. Yes. He reminds me of who is the gluttony bot on Futurama? The one is he was on a pallet and he was always eating grapes and stuff. I can't remember his name, but that's who that dude reminds me of. But I like their what they call those. See, I can't remember anything right now. When you go to a football game or something, they give you a brochure. But it's like it's all the information about the game you're gonna get ready to watch. Man, I'm not drunk. I'm not particularly tired. I don't know why I can't remember anything. Thanks for wasting our effing time. That's what I'm saying. Dude, he's at hours, man. What the hell's 10 minutes gonna do? He must be keeping Sasuke somewhere. Or somebody's informing him of his movements. He seems pretty damn confident about this 10 minutes, is what I'm saying. He's got some kind of inside knowledge. I really like their crowd noises, man. There's nothing to what he says. Why would 10 minutes make a damn difference? He's been missing for 10 hours, man. And 2 weeks before that. So, yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Man, they're killing us out here. This is bullshit. He's got some inside knowledge. He's tracking Sasuke's movements, or he has Sasuke. A stranger comes in from the desert. Yep, dude's got inside knowledge, man. They're being very coy. What are you gonna do about it? Nobody's seen him in 2 weeks. Why would you be so confident he's coming? That dude has inside knowledge. I know I'm hammering this home, but I think that's crucial. Oh, okay. That's why they were being so coy. That's why they're being so coy, right? They wanted us to think it was Sasuke coming in. Yeah. Just go watch the highlights tonight on ESPN. Excellent. What? Fantastic. Yep. This pleases me. You're goddamn right. Boo! It's on site if we see you in the streets, Sasuke. I paid $1,000 for these seats. I got an email. He's definitely coming. He clicked yes on my Facebook event request. What are those things? Where you can RSVP. You'll sit there and you'll like it. Yes, yes, yes. Bring me your finest meats and cheeses. That's right. Shit or get off the pot. Quit wasting our goddamn time. You're not just wasting the crowd's time, you're wasting my time. Let's get to it, man. He better be on a parachute or something. He ain't got time to go through the gates. Yep. That's right. Disqualified. F him. That's right. Oh shit, here it is. That's right. Wait until the very last effing second, you drama queen. What a drama queen, man. Look, I like Sasuke, but this is some drama queen shit, man. Elvis or Prince wouldn't have made the crowd wait this long and wait till the very last second. And those are two of the biggest egomaniacs this world has ever seen. Well, glad you could finally show how the boy know exactly 10 minutes. Yeah. Do we even know what traffic is in this timeline? You're disqualified, is what you are. Too late. Guess I finally get to hear his voice after about 20 episodes. Hey, deja vu all over again. Drama queen. That's what I'm saying, man. No, you weren't. Boy, he can switch up on you. We had to wait an extra 12 hours to see this fight, but let's have a long conversation. Well, if I was a crowd, I'd be tearing this place up, man. The seat would be in the middle of the field by now. I'd rip the seat out of the attachment and throw it out there. By now, I'd be starting in on the vendors, man. I'm taking all your hot dogs. That's right. Disqualified. Yeah. He should be, though. Yeah, sure you were. The fix is in, man. Well, if I was in a crowd, we'd be tearing this place up, man. I'm just telling you. Toilet paper would be on fire. After all this, he better win. Yeah. Look, you can fight in the street if you need to. If he loses, you can still fight him in the street. The hater's really into this. Look at her. Shut up. Did he finally go through his garbage bag full of potato chips? Thank God, because that chewing was getting on my nerves. Well, we're not going to find out till Monday. There's no way in hell they're starting before the end of this episode. He's pissed. Look at him. What about me? I haven't had attention for 10 minutes. What about me? Sand ninja. I like the. That's literally what he is, but I just like that, you know. I like that he gets a sad guitar while he's contemplating. Oh shit! Stop squeezing your crutches so hard, you idiot! Jesus! I tell you, he's a masochist, man. Yep, now the shenanigans can begin. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to be disqualified, so it upset all their plans. What are we going to do if he doesn't show up? I would have laughed in their faces. Get your ass off the field. Yeah, bitch ass. Hey, tone it down, man. He's acting like a werewolf. Shut up. Yeah. Yeah, he ain't that scary. He was, but he's like so manic, right? Like the bloodlust thing. There's not much cunning there. People who scare shit out of me are like that tactician, Shadow Boy, right? He's scary because he can outfox you. Say, oh, that's nothing impressive. He's walking down to the field. Wait, they're gonna jump him? It might be the last thing they ever do. Do you want to live to collect that money? He will, but not because of you. I don't think you two want to live to collect your winnings. Don't make me pull my cork out. Well, that's a yeah. The camera angles they use on him, man, are so good. What are you gonna do? You ain't got the juice for this, man. You think your little knives are gonna do something? Of course, he's got to use up some of his magic here instead of out on the field, right? That's right. You thought. Dumbass. Here's my answer. Stop nothing. Begging just makes him kill you harder. So anyway, you want to get some nachos? Okay, now he's scared. That was pretty good. I love that camera angle they used on his face. That was good. Very good. I was just trash talking him too. Which is why they did this. The writers are very smart. They knew they needed to demonstrate again what's up with him because we kind of got some insight into him, maybe feel a little sorry for him. They need to remind us he's completely psychotic, so we're afraid of him, so we raise the stakes for the fight. Yeah, brilliant writing. Very well done. That was the whole point of that. Already then. Not even a sup. He didn't even give a head nod. Nothing, man. You're supposed to give a head nod when you walk past dudes. You get nothing. No, you didn't threaten him. That's a false equivalence. You didn't threaten him, so he wouldn't have killed you. It's not even like you have been killed in the crossfire. You back up. You see a fight happening, you back up. Haha, fantastic. Well, oh man, now we don't get the little people going across, man. I like the caricatures that we're going across. So we're gonna do the character wheel in a minute, but like this reminded me of a story I want to share with you. So Dad was in the Navy too. He's 38 years old, retired, went to college for 2 years, a technical college, because he wanted to get an engineering degree, electronics engineering degree, and electronics something else degree. I can't remember what the other one was. He had practical experience in both those fields when in the Navy. That's what he did essentially. So he was getting the accreditation so he could get a really nice paycheck. Ended up going back working for the Navy as a civilian contractor, right? But he needed that degree. So he's in college for 2 years. 38 years old, which means he's 16 years older than most people in college, 20 years older than some of them. And he was very smart, and he was getting incredible grades. Like, he was, like, blowing the curve. I don't know if they even grade on a curve anymore. I heard something recently saying that they don't grade on a curve anymore. It's a not a good way to do things. But back then, they were grading on a curve, right? And so if you get somebody who scores really high, that messes it up with everybody else, right? So you need, like, the goal is, he was scoring like 105, 108, like he was acing the test and getting the extra credit. And he's getting like a 108, and the next closest person was like a 92. So nobody else could get like an A, essentially, is what he was doing. And so one day they were about to do their midterm exam, and he's out in the parking lot about to get in his car, and 3 guys came up to him from his class. They said, "Look, man, you're killing us. You're blowing the curve." It's kind of like what we just saw here, right? Like confronting him. That's what reminded me of this. And they were kind of aggressive about it. Like, I don't know that they were really going to try to whip his ass, considering they were like 20. The 3 of them were 20. He's 38. He's a big guy. 3-on-1, who knows? But, they knew he was in the Navy, so they don't know what kind of training he has, right? Like, not that he was a desk jockey, right? But he wasn't, like, with a rifle or anything. But still, who knows? But they were kind of aggressive. They were just maybe just trying to intimidate him. Maybe they wouldn't have actually thrown a punch or anything. But they were like really aggressively being like, "Look, man, you're killing us. You're blowing the curve. We need you to start like missing some questions, especially with this midterm exam coming up in 2 days. We need you to miss. I think it was like 30 questions. Look, we need you to miss at least 4 questions. You're killing us. It's not just us. We're just speaking for other people. Like you're killing the entire class. You've got to miss at least 4 questions." He says, "Look, man, it's just not in me. I can't. It's just not in. I can't. I literally just can't intentionally miss a question when I know I can get it. Like, I just can't do it. Like, kind of like me. Like, I'm a stubborn asshole, right? He was also a stubborn asshole. That's where I get it from. And so he's like, "Look, I just can't do it." And he could tell they were like kind of working themselves up. They might actually jump his ass. So he's like, "Okay, well, here's what I can do for you. The test is in 2 days. It's in the morning, 2 days from now, right? Tomorrow night, you guys take me out and you get me drunk. Like, really drunk. So I'll be getting drunk with you instead of studying tomorrow night. And I'm going to have a massive hangover the next morning taking the test. So I won't study and I'll have a hangover. There's a really good chance I'm going to miss some questions." And that turned everything around. It turned the whole energy around. Everything, they said, "Okay, yeah, we'll do that. We'll go out and get you drunk." So that's what happened. Took him to a bar. He got shit-faced. Stumbled into the classroom. I think he was even a couple minutes late the next morning. And he ended up missing like 5 questions. He's still like really effing good. 25 out of 30. I don't know what that percentage is. It's probably 90%, Close to it. I guess it's like 88%, something like that. But and the curve was preserved, right? And so the other people, they were trying their damnedest to just get up to 25 out of 30. And he was at his worst and still got 25 out of 30, right? But that became the tradition. He actually got pretty close to some of these guys, right? I actually met one of them. But, so like that was like 20 years later I met one of them. So he ended up becoming friends with them. So there's no point other than the fact it's a funny story, except that, maybe they should have offered him to take him out and get him drunk before the fight, instead of like, threatening him. They might still be alive. I just love that. Well, I've never had a chance to use that myself. Somebody's talking, "Man, you're killing us, man. So instead of whipping my ass, why don't you just get me drunk?" Alrighty, here we go with the character wheel. We're only doing Naruto this week. Gotta say, we gotta bump up his cunning, man, because that was brilliant. The way he defeated Neji, I think that's how you pronounce it, Neji. That was really good. So he's going up to 350 there. It was just his cunning, and that's the right word for it. The cunning in battle, I've said this so many times. In this show, all that matters is your brain. You fight with your brain. You don't fight with your body. He's learning that, and he's really starting to get good at that. Right? He's going to be a force to be reckoned with, man. So he's up to that. I also think his magical skill needs to go up by 50 as well. Because he's getting better at that as well. Because he's tapping into the nine-tailed fox, right? That's magic. I mean, magic is magic, right? So the fact that he's been able to tap into that twice now, I think he should have gotten points for that sooner. I just didn't really think it through. And we're going to take it out of his comedy because he's not being as funny as he's been in the past. It's an interesting thing. He's still funny. He's impulsive. And him getting mad if he's not here. Either the crowd's going to tear him apart or I will. That stuff is still funny. So 300 is pretty good, right? It's a pretty good comedy score. But he's not as funny. He's not being as foolish as he was in the past. So that's been needing to come down anyway. So magical skill and cunning are getting better. His maturity and self-discipline are getting better. I'm going to start taking that out of evil again because it doesn't look like they're taking him in an evil direction. I was on the fence about that for a while. I really thought they were going to do something with the nine-tailed fox thing. So, very interesting. I think we're definitely going to be back to doing one for Sasuke next week. Because I think the next few episodes are going to be all about that. Can't wait. I'm actually about to watch it now. Y'all are going to have to wait till Monday unless you do that thing where you sign up for Patreon, right? The other thing, though, about what we're talking about Naruto is I love how they use the contrast. They're talking about, and I don't remember the guy's name, Shadow Guy, right? They spent so much time talking about him, and some of it they contrasted directly to Naruto, but even when they didn't, that's clearly what they were doing. They were drawing a contrast between Naruto and Shadow Guy. Who do you want as a team leader? Because I wasn't really thinking about that too. These guys, once they get promoted, they become squad leaders, right? You need to know how to lead people. There's a big difference between a hot dog and a leader of people. A big difference. The hothead cowboys are fine on their own. But, man, I'm just saying, I honestly don't think that Naruto would be a good leader. Not the way he is right now. And he'll probably grow into that. I'm sure the sequel series is going to be all about that. He'll be a leader at that point. And have minions. Who knows how many promotions you can get as a ninja. He'll probably be another level up, right? But he's not that right now. I would not put him in charge of anybody right now. He can barely control himself. So, but I just think they've done a masterful job of using other. That's the purpose of guest stars in long form storytelling anyway. The purpose of guest stars are to impact, reflect, obstruct, assist, or in some other way accentuate the protagonist. The purpose of the guest stars are not to take over the show. That's what happens with bad shows. You come in, a guest star takes over, the Mary Sue, They're supposed to in some way impact the main characters. Emotionally, physically, spiritually, intellectually, somehow, in some way. Maybe it's you remind them of the past. Maybe it's you show them what they're supposed to be doing. Here, there, but for the grace of God, go I. That kind of thing. In this particular case, this guest star is to illustrate how far Naruto has to go and what kind of person he has to be if he's going to be an effective team leader. We've seen this in other cases. Even Lee, which he feels like he has lead potentially, like he could be a protagonist at some point. His purpose, he's taught, he's reflected, he's assisted. At some point they may have to fight each other if he can ever recover. We'll see about that. So then at that point he would obstruct, But yeah, it's going to be interesting because they've been so coy with Sasuke. I guess I'll save this for intro for next episode. Yeah, let's just leave this here for now because I want to talk about what they've been doing with Sasuke and what I think is going to happen, but we'll do that on Monday.